Ladies and gentlemen, please devote your energy to the image you see on the screen. The Denver Nuggets lose for the first time in the last 9 tries to the Los Angeles Clippers. And we, unfortunately, got to point at one man. Let's talk about it, Denver Nuggets fans. Bad loss, but look, congratulations to Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. Good game for him. We're going to tap in right now. Let's get it. So your Denver Nuggets lose today to the Los Angeles Clippers 102 to 111, and they dropped to 14-8 on the year in maybe the most head-scratching loss of the season so far. The Denver Nuggets lose this game, and Nikola Jokic has literally his worst shooting game of his career tonight. Worst shooting game of his career. Somehow, some way, Joker played 37 minutes, 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists for his ninth triple-double, 9 of 32 from the field, 2 of 7 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 steal. He was still a positive somehow, a +1, but 9 of 32 from the field. He hasn't had a game like this since probably game 4 of the Minnesota Timberwolves game, where I think he went 8 of 26 from the field. This was obviously even worse than that. So really bad game from Joker. Joker, he hasn't been shooting the 3-ball well, period, this year. He hit his first 2, missed his next 5. I believe he was 3 of 4 from the field to start the game, which means that he went 6 of 28 the rest of the game. But the thing is, Joker was missing floaters. He was missing layups. He was missing hooks. He was missing middies. All shots that he makes at a 65 to 70% clip. So no idea what happened. I'll brush it off. It is what it is. And this is Joker's worst shooting game ever. So I think obviously versus the Rockets, he's going to have a bounce back, but just not really great decision making on the shot. Now, some of this is, I think Joker is just forcing up shots because he's not in rhythm with his 3. And then because he wasn't making his shots today, he basically was just making up in his brain that I'm just going to keep shooting. I'm going to start hitting these shots at some point. I'm just going to keep shooting in the meantime. And this is what they end up getting. So Joker, 22, 15, and 10 on 9 of 32. If he has a normal game today, a 29, 13, and 9 game, they win. He doesn't have a normal game. If he had a below average game, which is a 21, 16 assists, 5 rebound game versus the Suns. If he has a game that, 24, 10, 4, they might still win the game if the ball's distributing everywhere else. But today he had literally his worst shooting game of all time. So definitely really frustrating. Jamal Murray, another comeback today, 23 points and 6 assists on 10 of 18 shooting. He was 2 of 7 from 3, which means he was 8 of 11 from 2 tonight. 1 of 1 from the free throw line, had a block and a steal. Now he did have 1 turnover, but a 61 turnover to assist ratio is good. He was a +2 tonight, 23 and 6 for Jamal Murray. The playmaking was there. The passing was really good. Shot selection was good. Wasn't forcing a lot. 10 of 18. He did play 29 minutes today, which is 3 minutes over the expected amount he was initially supposed to play, which was going to be 26 minutes. But he looked really good. He looked comfortable today. Now, they did have a turnover. And the turnover, I can't really blame Jamal. The one turnover he had, he basically tried to drive the basket on a 2-man game. He got all the way to the rim, and then he threw it back over his shoulder, over his head, as if to pass the Joker back for a floater. But Joker just was not able to convert that. So it is what it is. It's not like, that turnover didn't belong to him. That was more on Joker. And Joker himself had 4 turnovers tonight, as well as missing 23 shots today. So 4 turnovers and missed 23 shots. That's just what you call a bad game for Joker. But Jamal was good. He was under control. He was comfortable. The shooting was good. The playmaking was good. Defensively, Kawhi Leonard was going out from today, but didn't make too much of a difference. Kawhi only had 17 on 8 of 16. He was a -8 today. Paul George, 28 and 5, 25 and 8. And then James Harden, 20 and 11 tonight. Now, they were both playing versus the bench unit pretty heavy tonight. And that's where their plus-minus really helped them out. But the Nuggets, everybody was in the positive today. That's the thing about the Nuggets. As bad as they played, Joker was a +1. Jamal Murray was a +2. Michael Porter Jr., who had a really freaking good game, only got 8 shots, got froze out of the second half, started the game off 3 of 3 in the first quarter. He was hitting everything. He was also hitting floaters, and they just stopped giving him the ball. He had 18 points and 9 rebounds on 7 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from three. And he was a +4 tonight and did not get the ball enough. And so don't know what happened with the Nuggets process. Some of this was Joker was again just a little too focused on getting those shots up tonight. There's some playmaking opportunities they had ahead of them. They could have got MPJ more involved. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Like MPJ was really good, and then he'll have another opportunity versus the Rockets because you can have some good matchups as well. So again, really interesting, just kind of dynamic to happen in the second half. They got really focused on the two-man game when they were down, and they just stopped giving him the ball. Again, it just didn't make a lot of sense. Hopefully they fix that. Aaron Gordon, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, just not being aggressive enough. 4 of 9 from the field. Had a James Harden in the post and decided that he wanted to do a mid-range shot over and that he missed in the first place. He was also a +6, game high +6. And then Michael Porter Jr. was also a +4. Aaron Gordon was a +6. Jamal Murray to +2. Jokic was a +1. And KCP, 1 of 4 tonight, 1 of 3 from three, 3 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists in 34 minutes. And he was also a +2 with the steal. So, again, just a really weird game. The starters are all in the plus, but the starters also lost the game. Reggie Jackson, 14 points and 3 assists off the bench and 4-10 and 3 of 4 from three. He was a -11. Peyton Watson, 2, 3, and 3. Really good defensive game from him, but he was a -15 because of the way that they were staggering those PG minutes and all that, especially in the first half. The Nuggets were up 15. They were up 14, I believe, when Joker left the game in the first quarter. And then when Joker came back in the game, I want to say, let me check real quick. When Joker came back in the game today, I want to say it was like a 5-point lead. See, first quarter, the score, Joker goes out at 34-20, so it's a 14-point lead. Joker comes back in the game at 44-38. And so the Nuggets scored 10 points and gave up 18 points when he sat. And so that's where that big plus-minus issue came from. And so that's why they seem like they struggle so much. Christian Brown, 8 points and 5 rebounds, 4 of 6 shooting. He was a -17. Julian Strother, no points, 0 of 2 from the field. He did have 2 assists in the rebound. He was a -9. And DeAndre Jordan, 4 points and 5 rebounds, -8. Again, the bench was a -11, -15, -17, -9, -8. The Denver Nuggets starters were a +1, +2, +4, +6, +2, +6. So +2 for Murray, +6 for Gordon, +4 for MPJ, +2 for KCP, and +1 for Jokic. But the Nuggets starters ultimately did not win this game because even if that first stint for the Nuggets when they were struggling and the bench came in and they struggled, they still had opportunities in the fourth quarter. And again, if Joker plays an average or even a below average Joker game, a below average Joker game is 16 assists and 21 rebounds and 21 points and 5 rebounds. He didn't even play that. He played even worse than that. So if Joker plays a regular game, that's what I'm saying. Plays a regular game, this would not be an issue. But Joker did not do enough. Joker was not good enough. And again, it's not a big deal just because this is the first time you've ever seen this. But I think, again, some of this is the Nuggets are going to have to figure out their continuity again, and not continuity like long term, but just more so in the short term. How do we get everybody back on the same page with Jamal coming back in? And again, they're now 7-2 with Jamal as a starter on the year so far. So, and even in the game they won versus the Rockets, but Joker was a +28 and all that. Justin Holiday started for Aaron Gordon. So Aaron Gordon also has not been as good this season. Offensively has not been producing. Defensively been fine. Offensively has not been good. So the last person that needs to have a resurgence this year is Aaron Gordon. And we're all waiting on Aaron Gordon to turn the clock back to last year, get back to that 15, 7, and 4 on a 61 true shooting. He can do it. It's in there. But some of this is, I just don't think that he is super confident in his shooting abilities right now. So he's forcing his shots and he's just not taking advantage of the opportunities in front of him. But like I said, ultimately, the game is lost because the MVP. The MVP tonight wasn't good enough. The MVP tonight did not make enough of his shots. Had he played an average game to a below average game, the Nuggets win this game. But shout out to the Clippers and Paul George and James Harden, especially for carrying them to a win. They did their job. They got their first win versus the Nuggets in the last 9 tries. And the last time they beat the Nuggets, Facu Campazzo in LA played 17 straight minutes to close the third quarter and all the way through the fourth quarter. And they were doubling off Facu. And that was how they won in a very tight game. So that's what it's taken. Again, shout out to them. Nuggets should have won tonight. But again, that's what happens when your best player just has his worst shooting performance of all. So make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. We're on the way to 50,000 subscribers, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. I will see y'all on the other side.